Chapter 12, Magical Meltdown. Holly and Jack dove headfirst into the whirlwind of enchanted chaos engulfing Merry Hollow. A herd of sentient snowmen, their coal eyes gleaming with mischief, rampaged down Candy Cane Lane, leaving a trail of toppled decorations and startled townsfolk in their wake. Some of the snowmen wore stolen scarves and hats, adding a touch of whimsy to their destructive path, while others brandished broken candy canes like tiny, festive swords. Holly raised her hands, her magic pulsing through the air like an electric current as she commanded the sugar in their bodies to solidify. The snowmen froze mid-stride, their round forms teetering for a moment before toppling over, now harmless and immobile, like fallen chess pieces scattered across a board. A few townsfolk cheered, while others sighed in relief, grateful for Holly's quick thinking. A small group of children, their cheeks rosy from the cold, began to reassemble the frozen snowmen, their laughter ringing out as they created a new winter scene, stacking the immobile forms into a makeshift fort. Meanwhile, Jack turned his attention to a trio of flying reindeer careening wildly through the sky, their panicked movements leaving trails of upturned snow from the rooftops they barely cleared. Their harnesses had snapped, leaving them directionless and frightened, a dangerous aerial ballet that threatened to disrupt the carefully maintained order of Merry Hollow. One reindeer narrowly missed colliding with the town's towering clock tower, its hooves brushing against the ancient stone, sending a cascade of ice chips tumbling down onto the cobblestone streets below. Another barely avoided crashing into the giant wreath adorning the town hall, its antlers tangling briefly in the evergreen boughs, scattering pine needles across the snow below. Townsfolk gasped, pointing at the spectacle unfolding above them, their breaths visible in the crisp air as they watched the reindeer's perilous dance. With a swift and practiced motion, Jack conjured a massive, shimmering net of ice, its intricate patterns catching the light like 1,000 tiny diamonds scattered across the sky. He launched it skyward, the net expanding and ensnaring the reindeer mid-flight, their frantic movements slowly subsiding as they felt the gentle, cooling touch of Jack's magic. Gently, he lowered them to the ground, their hooves touching down softly on the snow-covered street, a delicate dance of ice and gravity that left the reindeer unharmed and the townsfolk breathing a collective sigh of relief. Children cheered, their faces flushed with excitement, while adults murmured in admiration, the sight of Jack's magic a spectacle that momentarily eclipsed the chaos around them. Some even began to hum a soft, familiar carol, the melody a comforting backdrop to the scene unfolding before them, as Jack's mastery of ice magic brought a sense of calm and order to the streets. Across town, a blizzard of wrapping paper swirled through the air, threatening to engulf the market square. Shoppers ducked and covered their faces as the colorful tornado gained momentum, sending festive bows and ribbons flying in all directions like a whirlwind of misplaced cheer. Holly and Jack, drawn by the commotion, joined forces. With a nod of understanding, their magic intertwined seamlessly, creating a controlled vortex of wind and ice. The wrapping paper spun faster, forming a tight, colorful funnel before being deposited neatly into a nearby recycling bin, leaving the square clean and the townsfolk impressed. A few onlookers applauded, their hands muffled by mittens, while others whispered in amazement, struck by the powerful synergy between Holly's and Jack's magic. The air crackled with their combined power, a tangible force that sent a ripple of hope through the gathered crowd, a beacon of reassurance amidst the day's turmoil. Inspired by the display, some townsfolk began to use their own magic to help restore order, their combined efforts creating a sense of unity that had been lacking in the face of the day's chaos. Neighbors helped neighbors, their shared goal of restoring Merry Hollow's cheer binding them together, as laughter and camaraderie filled the air. Their efforts were momentarily halted by a run-in with the Kringle Clan. Nicholas Kringle, his beard bristling with authority, barked orders at his kin, who were attempting to wrangle a group of enchanted nutcrackers. The nutcrackers, with minds of their own, were causing chaos, their wooden jaws snapping wildly at anything within reach, from strings of holiday lights to the hems of coats. One nutcracker had even managed to climb atop the statue of the town's founder, its wooden sword clashing against the stone in a futile duel, chips of ice flying with each strike. Holly, seeing their struggle, stepped in without hesitation. Her magic flowed into the nutcrackers, their wooden forms stiffening as she commanded the sugar within them to stabilize, bringing the errant figures under control and restoring order to the scene. A few of the Kringle Clan members exchanged relieved glances, grateful for Holly's intervention despite their leader's stern demeanor. The Nutcrackers, now docile, stood at attention, their wooden arms stiffly at their sides, a testament to Holly's growing command over her magic. Some of the younger Kringle Clan members looked at Holly with newfound respect, their initial skepticism fading in the face of her abilities. A few even nodded in approval, acknowledging the skill and control she exhibited. "We need to work together," Holly insisted, her voice firm and her green eyes sparkling with resolve, like the steadfast glow of a Christmas candle. "Our combined efforts are the only way to restore balance to Merry Hollow." Nicholas scoffed, his beard quivering with disdain, his breath visible in the chilly air. "You're causing more chaos than you're preventing. Leave this to the professionals, Holly. You're meddling in things you don't understand." Jack stepped forward, his ice blue eyes flashing with determination as he stood shoulder to shoulder with Holly, a united front against Nicholas's reproach. "We're not leaving Merry Hollow to your mercy, Nicholas. We have a plan, and we're sticking to it. The town deserves better than your heavy-handed tactics." Tensions rose, the air crackling with unspent magic and simmering frustration, like a winter storm ready to break. The townsfolk watched, their breaths held in anticipation, as the standoff between Holly, Jack, and Nicholas reached a boiling point. Holly's connection to the celestial star pulsed stronger, a warm, insistent tug in her chest, as if the very heart of Merry Hollow was urging her forward, whispering ancient secrets into her mind. She turned to Jack, her eyes wide with realization, a newfound resolve shining through like a beacon. "Jack, I think I understand now. The star is guiding us, and we need to follow its lead. It's not just about solving a mystery, it's about listening to the magic that binds this town together, the essence that makes Merry Hollow what it is." Around them, the town seemed to hum with agreement, the very air resonating with the magic that held Merry Hollow together, a silent endorsement of Holly's words. The snowflakes falling around them seemed to dance in harmony, a gentle ballet of nature and enchantment, echoing the unity that Holly and Jack sought to bring to the town. "I can sense it," she murmured, her voice filled with wonder and conviction. The next fragment. "It's calling to me." Without another word to the Kringles, they dashed away, following the invisible thread of magic that guided Holly. The town blurred around them, a kaleidoscope of color and chaos, as they raced towards the edge of Merry Hollow. The pull of the star grew stronger, its warmth a beacon in the swirling madness, leading them ever onward. Their hearts pounded in sync, a rhythm that echoed the pulsating magic of the celestial star, drawing them closer to their destiny with each passing moment.